Men of Reddit, when was the last time you've cried and why? Yesterday. Grief. Wife died 8 months ago. She was the love of my life and my best friend. Sorry to hear this, buddy. I've been in your spot, believe me, it gets better eventually. Don't let anyone tell you how or when to heal, just do it in your own way. But make sure you're headed toward healing. Losing my wife taught me that life is short, and there are things to enjoy and appreciate all around us. Woke up at 4 a.m. after dreaming my dad told me he has days to live. Then realized he is actually dead. I have those dreams about my nan and my granddad. They suck so bad. The realization when you wake is just such a gut punch. It really is. I was wailing. Haven't cried that hard in a very long time. I'm so sorry. It sucks so badly. I know how you feel. About a month ago I had a series of those kinds of dreams and woke up screaming and sobbing. My neighbor, bless her soul, actually came to knock and see if I was okay. In a way it was mortifying, but in another way just telling someone about it seemed to ease it off. I hope yours calmed down. Internet hugs. A couple days ago in the shower. The song You Can Let Go Now Daddy came on. My grandpa had an aneurysm blow and my mom sang that song to him when they unplugged the machines. It'll always make me cry. Edit, thank you all for your kind words, and my first awards of any kind. You Can Let Go Now Daddy, I had to Google this one. I made it to where the dad was giving her away at her wedding before I had to close the window. I don't feel like crying at work today. Listening to it now at my desk, we'll see how this goes. It's been 45 minutes. Report back. He dead. The song worked too well. He was a daddy, and he let go. We'll miss you dearly, Uzamsum 2525. Walking into rehab when almost no one knew I was going. 60 days later I'm sober as hell and going to be a sober dad. I felt this one. Only some of my family knew. I just disappeared from work, don't even recall how that part was arranged. Congratulations on 60 days, that's a big deal. This internet stranger is super proud of you. Thanks, buddy. It was really hard, but the best thing to ever happen to me. Rehab kicked the shit out of me, but I got my life back. I flew to Seattle and it was done. Months ago when my best friend was found dead in his car after a week-long search for him. Turned out he killed himself. I lost a friend last year. I really do understand it's a pain like no other. Every time I consider suicide I cry thinking about him and remember the pain it caused for all of my friends. My friend and gym partner killed himself on November 5th and I didn't know for a whole week. I was texting him daily things like, hey man, where are you at? Are we lifting today? Did I do something wrong? Why aren't you replying? Hey man, if you don't respond to this message I'm calling the police for a welfare check. And then a friend found the GoFundMe on Facebook. I cried so hard and loud that I heard my roommate approach my door to knock. He heard me through the door, and did a quick about face to retreat back to his room. Today someone approached me in the gym saying, hey man, do you know what happened to Ryan? He was in my class and just stopped showing up one day last semester, and I went full deer in the headlights before straightforwardly answering he killed himself, then returning to my workout to avoid the emotions and awkwardness. I started drinking at 8 a.m. today, so I got that going for me. Hey guys, I appreciate the concern and I assure you I anything but an alcoholic, just had a moment of shock. I'm going to take a nap, take the dog for a long walk, then get back to it as I usually do. Once again I appreciate those who reached out, but I'm going to be fine. I'm so sorry you lost your friend. Your last sentence worries me. When my dad died I started drinking like that and spiraled into a dark place for years. Please be kind to yourself and take care of yourself. It may mean seeing a professional who can guide you in your grief. I was tucking in my 7-year-old daughter a couple of months ago, and she told me that she was worried about me dying before her. I'm only 42 and healthy. So I had a conversation about how old I am likely to live and that she will be an adult when I die. Then she said, but when you do die, will you help me, because I need you so much. And I lost it. Last year on my birthday, because I made it this far and some of my friends did not. Last week at our first ultrasound. Wife and I have had 2 miscarriages and we had an appointment and saw the heartbeat. This little peanut has stuck around the longest so far. Fingers crossed. May the pregnancy be smooth, healthy and uneventful. May the pregnancy be smooth, healthy and uneventful. Uneventful. Baby comes out, huh? Cool, I guess. Oh, cool, I've always wanted one of those. About 5 minutes ago. One of my nephews is currently in surgery for something his DRS have never seen in a kid his age before. I just got news from my sister that best case scenario has happened, and they were able to take care of things. He should be out of the OR in half the time as was expected. So, yeah. Crying in relief at my desk at work. Going up to see him in a couple days. It's hard to explain what it means to have kids like him in your life. Edit, I just found out that he is out of surgery and everything was successful. Huge weight off my mind. This last weekend. After a night of drinks, a very good friend of mine and I were ending the night at her apartment. We had been chatting for a bit when at one point, she redirected the conversation and began to beam about how she's proud of the man I've become. She talked about my character, how I treat people, and my habits. She told me there are things I do that she admires. Things that I've been doing for years, and that I thought no one noticed. It was a very tender moment, and I couldn't help tearing up. I've never had a friend or loved one, other than a relative, say such beautiful things about me. Bless her soul, I don't know what I would do without her. To say that she's an amazing person wouldn't be enough. Edit, hey everyone, really appreciate all the love this post is getting. I'm currently at work and don't have the time to respond to everyone's messages. I'm planning on coming back to this comment once I have some more time. She loves you. Whether romantically or platonically, she admires, respects and loves you. Never let her go. As someone who just found this kind of platonic love a few days ago, I can agree it's something I never want to let go of, now that I know of it. It's been a wild start to the year. Edit, if it's any sign to how this decade's gonna go, well, I can't ducking wait. This morning, we lost a son who was born at 20 weeks a few weeks ago. He lived for 2 hours and died in my arms. Every time I close my eyes I see him. I know it'll get better in time, but for now it's rough. Took a small getaway trip, about 8-hour drive few weeks back due to stress. I played all of the songs I shouldn't play on the drive up and let myself unwind in the car and get all of that stuff out, job stress, feelings toward my ex, the whole gamut. Did me well. Edit, gamut edit, to everyone ping me, thank you for your stories. Life can be hard. Make time to find the gentle solitude you need. We'll all make it through this in time. Slowly, but surely. So cathartic. Cathartic. It was over the weekend. I was reaching out to a few different friends to see what they're up to, but everyone else had pre-existing plans. It hit me hard when I realized that I'm always making an effort to reach out, but I don't get the same in return. I do a lot of the work, and when I try to make plans, there's always something that comes up where they're too busy. I had to put down my Auscattle dog. It was just me and her for 12 years, and then I got married and she got sick shortly after. Worst day of my life since my grandfather passed. Added. Here's a pic of her that was usually my phone's wallpaper. SadieMger.com. She left knowing you have a new forever companionship with your spouse. Thanks. I think that too sometimes. Last month, when my daughter was born. Edit, wow, thank you so much everyone for your kind words and for the gold and silver. The little one sends hugs and kisses to each and every one of you. Month ago. Was yelling at my kids because they were misbehaving and I put them to bed early. Broke down afterwards and cried on the stairs. Knew I didn't have to yell as much and said some unnecessary things. Wife talked with me on the stairs and it turned into a turning point in my life and I'm doing much better with the discipline. Edit, holy shit, haven't checked since I got off work and this blew up. Never hit my kids and never will. Immediately after the talk with the wife I went and apologized. It's never too late to apologize and explain to your children why you were yelling. This is so right. One of my most vivid childhood memories is of my dad apologizing to me for having yelled at me unfairly the day before. He explained he was feeling sick and reacted badly. It will show your children you respect them, and they will respect you more back. I remember having this conversation with my dad. It really changed the way I viewed him as a person. Then I had the conversation again. Then it happened a third time. Again. And again. He did it to my brother. My mom. Apologizing doesn't fix anything if it doesn't come with a side helping of changed behavior. The only thing my father's apologies taught me is not to accept apologies until the person has demonstrated they actually understand what they did was wrong and works on not letting it happen again. At least he managed to accidentally teach you a pretty good lesson.